You are listening to A Good Miss, a golf podcast featuring golf addict Nick Christensen and the Yes Man, Charlie Leisler. Now, A Good Miss.
Ooh, Charlie likes that hat you're wearing.
What does it say? Does that say GBR on it?
Little GBR.
Charlie, you got two against you
man.
today. I got mine on too.
I thought we were in the trust tree with the nest.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, thanks for coming on.
Heck, yeah. No problem. Thanks for having
Glad
me.
we could work it in your schedule.
Yeah.
What do you got going on?
I got some lessons today, leaving tomorrow for a pro-am in Vegas. So pretty excited to get out of here for a little bit. Yeah.
You guys opened up down there. What course are you at?
Firethorn Golf Club here in Lincoln.
In Lincoln.
Yep.
Nice. How many years have you been there?
This is going into my third year now.
That's
It's
awesome.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
I talked to
flying by.
Talked to your mom, talked to Aaron Pitts.
Aaron
He's the head coach
Pitts?
down at
Yeah.
UTEP. He said you've been all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Cooker.
Yeah. Oh, Cookie. How do you
talked
know
to
him?
Oh, well, he's from Spencer.
Yeah.
And he's a golfer. I'm a golfer. He plays in all the events around here. It's just a matter. He was on our show last year out at Brooks, and you know him. He loves to talk.
Oh man,
And he seems to know everybody.
He does. There's no doubt about that.
He was saying he caddied for you in your last Korn Ferry event.
He caddied for me. It wasn't my last one.
Or was that in Colorado?
It was in Colorado. Yeah.
What event was that?
I don't remember exactly what it was called. It was on the Korn Ferry, so I don't know if it was. I can't remember. It was some title sponsor, so It wasn't like the Colorado Open or anything. But
so we have a lot of like mini tour pros on here, and they're all over in Asia trying to qualify for the Korn Ferry. How hard is it to actually get there?
pretty tough, especially nowadays. I think the athletes are better. Equipment's bringing everybody closer together. It just seems like the caliber of play has just skyrocketed. It's deeper, and it's about timing too, playing well at the right time. So was fortunate enough to do that a couple times, but I don't know. It just seems like level of play these days is crazy deep too.
How far they're hitting the ball, and
yeah, it's nuts.
Like scores are getting lower and lower. Do you, as a past member, do you have to qualify if you want to go out and play a Korn Ferry, or how does that work for you?
As a past member, I still would have to. If I wanted to go play right now, I'd have to go all the way through Q school for sure.
You would.
Yeah. There might be some category way down the list where past champion type thing
might give you an exemption.
If I got into a Monday qualifier and made some money, possibly I could be reshuffled into a higher category. But a lot of dominoes would have to fall, and definitely not prepared to take that trip. So
yeah, because you got two kids.
Yeah.
Kids, wife. You ever get up to the lakes?
No, but we're trying. We were talking about it last night, actually. I've got obviously some family up there, so a cousin of mine, my mom's brother's kid, has a place, and we like to go up there and stay with them and do a little boating. So we got to plan that this summer for sure.
Nice. Your mom went to high school with my dad.
Oh, really?
In Audubon, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Your mom and your parents are awesome. Your dad was on our show last year, and I don't think people in the area realize what your dad has done necessarily for the game of golf. And he won the Iowa Pro Match Play last year, which was, hell of an accomplishment for Curt.
Yeah.
And everybody still. I've never actually played with him. Have you, Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
I have not.
I've never played with your dad. I've heard nothing but good things. Charlie made 2 hole-in-ones out of the View in one round last year.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your dad was trying to get Golf Channel on it and everything, but evidently Charlie's not cool enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, so I got a couple flags I ordered from him, and yeah, it
That
was cool. He
is
was really cool about it. But yeah, having
that
him on
is
last year was very, very informational. I mean, he obviously you both have been really successful doing this. So yeah, having both you guys on is pretty awesome.
yeah, thanks.
Brady, you won the Wichita Open,
Hmm.
and that kind of cemented your top 25 to get your card. And did that
Yep.
qualify you to play the Open too?
That specifically didn't. The open qualifier I got in through winning the Argentina Open,
Oh yeah. I knew
which
my facts were messed up there.
yeah. So that tournament's actually was just last week,
Yeah,
and that's now on the Korn Ferry. So um, yeah, they've just had a long-standing relationship with the RNA, and it's been a great tournament, and it's now part of one of the major tours. So it's pretty cool to see.
where were you? Where was the Open the year you played?
Carnoustie,
Ooh,
yeah,
nice. I
yeah.
played there last week on the simulator and shot 72. Didn't get anything from the
Well,
tips.
you beat me, that's for sure.
Where's
6 foot
where's
gimmies though, 6 foot
where's
gimmies.
Yeah.
where's that one at?
Uh,
I'm not familiar.
Scotland.
Europe, England, Scotland.
It's kind of like across the bay from St. Andrews. Snuck
Okay.
over there and played the new course one of the days. So yeah, it's not too far.
How
Who'd you
sweet
play
is
with?
that?
The Carnoustie or St. Andrews?
Both.
Either or. Jeez.
Yeah.
Carnoustie, man, we had perfect weather. The wind wasn't blowing. They had the fescue was cut down, and I don't remember what I shot, but I did manage to break 80 a couple times, I think. It was just so hard. Like the fairway bunkers are half in the fairway and half out. And, you push it a little bit and you're in one. And I feel like in the meantime, like a Rory or somebody, they can just bomb it over those things into the rough that wasn't fescue wasn't up. And I don't know. It was just really tough. Your first major championship, first and only, and just the stage is just so much bigger too. It's just crazy. You can just feel the tension in the air almost. So just
And your parents went over
wasn't
and
well
watched
equipped
you?
to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The parents came, wife came. I had some friends come. Mother-in-law came. Yeah, it was obviously a great week. We had a lot of fun. So
What year was that? 20?
2018,
2018.
2019.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because what
something
year did you get your card?
2019. So I think it
That's
was the year before. I think it was the 2018 Open.
okay. So one thing I've always there's a misconception out there, I guess, of you get your card, you're automatically in every tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Can you explain why you made that noise just there? How hard is it for you to actually? You're basically bottom of the barrel, right?
It depends. It depends on where you finish. I think I finished like 21st on the money list that week, or that year. And so you have pecking order back and forth with is it the one 125 through 150 on the PJ Tour are in the same category as you, 1 through 25 on the Korn Ferry. So you got 50 guys there, one on the Korn Ferry, 126 on the money list, two on the Korn Ferry, 127 on the money list, three, and so on. So I was fairly far down. I think I played 19 events. But no, there's certainly a Tour A and a Tour B, where those guys get to go play in all the invitationals, the World Golf Championships, where some of them are no cut, and they're playing for all that money, just tons more money. I forget some. It's like somebody told me one time how much more extra money like the top 50 in the world play for. So it's once you get to that point, you've clearly earned it, but it's almost impossible to lose your card if you know what I mean. So a guy in my position just has to play well, and I really wasn't that close. So even getting to play 19 events
What's the
just
difference?
makes it difficult.
What's the difference? I mean, granted, it's the PGA Tour. Andre Metzger, you know him?
Yeah,
He actually down in Chile right now. He's playing the
saw
Chile
that.
Open or something, and he's playing pretty good. But he was saying the firmness of the greens.
Hmm.
What are the other factors on tour that elevate it as opposed to let's say like the Iowa Amateur Regular or your big state events versus a PGA Tour event?
um, the lights are a lot brighter. You got people around, a lot of distractions. The greens are certainly firmer. Golf courses are harder. Um, you got most of the time the rough is more up, and they're just longer too, right? If you're talking about the state open at where I
Wherever.
haven't played that new one that where the casino is the blue. What's it called? Where the Iowa State
Over
Open
on
is
the
at now?
east side of the state, Blue Top Ridge.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Haven't
haven't played
either.
that one, but back when I played it, it was Lake just outside Des Moines. I forget.
Lake Panorama.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So obviously, uh, the golf courses are longer. Just everything's just scaled up big time, right? And then you put the pressure on yourself and whatnot, and so
So right now, I mean, you're aware of the golf ball rollback and just the controversy around the distance golf has become. Is the tour doing what it needs to do for, making greens hard and going out the rough? I mean, that's kind
well,
of
you
what
see,
we always say from the outside looking
yeah,
in.
yeah. You see like courses, like Riviera and some of these shorter courses that make the greens firm, the roughs up, and they don't go super low, right? I mean, they just need to consistently get the greens harder and the rough up. And that's what I think they should do. I'm not against the golf ball rollback at all. I do think it should be. I don't think it should be rolled back for the amateur.
Right.
And I can totally understand that. Callaways and Titleists, they don't want to make two separate golf balls, but I think it's probably. I mean, we're only talking about 10%. That's nothing crazy, right?
It's like going back to
So
the early 2000s and playing the ball
yeah,
like we played when we were
yeah,
kids.
yeah, exactly.
And I don't
I
remember
don't see a
hitting it
problem
any
with
straighter back then or any
Yeah,
further. Whatever.
yeah.
310 was a long
Well, the
drive back then.
equipment's so much better now. You were hitting inferior equipment relative to today
Ours
and
still
a
does.
shorter golf ball. Hey, you like what you like.
I'm kidding.
Uh,
Last episode was make fun of Nick, so I gotta get my jabs back in.
yeah, no,
Um,
I think it's a good thing though. I can understand where they don't want to make two golf balls, but
it'd be tough.
yeah,
And then if
yeah.
you find like, what did they do for state AMs? Are those guys playing the rollback ball? Or are those guys playing the professional ball? I guess the
No,
tough.
I think maybe make it any tour that you can get world ranking points on uses a rollback ball or something like that. You know what I mean?
Shoot,
Do
guess
you
I'm
think
Something
it
like that.
hurts?
screwed.
Do you think it hurts the average fan as far as is it less exciting or is it the same? I mean, do you think that
I
that
don't
hurts it at all?
I don't I don't know. I'd love to answer that. I'd love to see a tournament, right? A couple tournaments, just do a little bit of a trial,
Test. Yeah.
Because I mean,
But
there's so many people that want to see that ball just bombed as far as possible. I
Right.
it's
mean,
true.
I mean that's not the way that I guess I would want to watch it. I'd rather just see really good shots and all that. But I mean, there are typical some of those really casual fans. They just want to see these guys rip at 360.
Right. I'm not going out
Yeah.
to an event to watch. I love Kevin Kisner and would probably like playing with him a lot more than I would play with Rory McIlroy. But I'll tell you, I'd rather watch play golf because he can hit
Right.
it 400 yards.
Right. Well, you have two choices. I think you got the bomb if you want to bomb it and widen the fairways, or you want to bomb it, narrow the fairways and grow the rough out. Now you're going to see longer tee shots, but you're not going to see people, stuffing it to 5 feet nearly as much. They're going to be in the
Right.
rough more. So I don't know if you want to watch exciting golf, just let them bomb it. Don't narrow the fairways. Don't grow the rough out. I can certainly see that perspective. From a purist standpoint, it's like now we're just hitting it as far as we can. I mean, that's
Right. Well, and
that is exciting. I
but
agree.
but on the
The
contrast to
49 under
that,
is kind of boring.
it's well, I mean, I like to see guys close to par too. I mean, that's what's great
I
about
love
US.
that.
That's what's great about US Opens and whatnot is because
Mhm.
you see some of these closer to par, and I think that's more fun to watch in my opinion. But I know there's a lot of other people that think the opposite of that. I guess want to see it.
I totally agree with you. I think it's so fun to just watch that once or twice a year would be amazing, like
Right.
where like par is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's fun.
You got guys in the top 10 at 3-4 over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Just
hole is that at
grinding.
Riv? Is it 10? That real short par four, where it's either
Mhm.
risk or reward. Par is a good score on that hole because if you miss the green, you're in the bunkers and
Yep.
back and forth, back and forth.
Yep. Yep. You can take some big numbers on that one.
Speaking of big
Yep.
numbers, I had freaking Tommy Fleetwood this weekend. I picked him and he had a 10 on number 7 or something out at
I saw that.
Barney's tournament.
Looked like he was tin cupping it on his second shot, wasn't he?
Dude almost ran out of balls. They were like,
That
oh, he
hole looks
plays in Europe.
brutal.
He's going to play well because he's used to firm and fast. And then it's like, God dang.
Yeah, see,
First
the Arnold Palmer
player.
tournament does it right. Those greens can get rock hard.
Yeah. Did you play that
I
one?
think that's no. That's an invitational
Elevated
tough one
event.
to
Yeah,
get
it
in.
is.
Yeah.
When you were on tour, were you by yourself or did you room with anybody or you were probably married at that time? Did your wife travel with you?
I was married. She traveled quite a bit. She stopped working that year just because our son was 1 or 2, and so it was a fun year just to travel with them and hang out with some of the other couples with young babies, and so that was a lot of fun for
Were there
sure.
any like holy shit moments? Like, oh my God, I'm here.
Nothing quite like that. I had had a taste of it before, with the John Deere over in the Quad Cities, and I think that if I hadn't had that experience and was lucky enough to play in that or play in the Korn Ferry for 2 or 3 years beforehand, it might have felt a touch bigger. But I think looking back on it, I'll appreciate it more and more as I continue my teaching career and whatnot. Just as I realize how hard this game actually is. Like it's crazy how hard golf is, and looking back how much work it takes to get to a high level. If you think about how many people actually play the game, but getting to the top is, in relation to how many people actually play is
Right.
crazy hard. It's just a hard game. So I think I'll appreciate it more and more as I get older.
That, yeah, I emailed your mom or I was texting your mom trying to figure out any funny stories, and she goes, "There's not really funny stories, but his amateur career was better than most." And I mean, beat Gary Woodland, Colt Knost. I'm a big fan of Colt Knost.
Mm-hmm.
That was the same year Tiger won the Western Open. This list goes on and on and on. I'd have to sit here for 3 hours. Are there any USAM at Hazeltine? US
Yeah.
Junior at Atlantic Club?
Junior.
Were you born you were born in Spencer?
Yeah.
Where'd
We
you
lived
grow
there
up?
until I was 1, and then we moved to the Quad Cities.
You did.
Yep.
So, like, where'd you go to high school over there?
Well, then we moved to Omaha when I started 7th grade. So kind of 7th grade through high school, I was in Omaha. So kind of half and half, really.
Your dad said you were a baseball player though before golf.
Yeah. Loved baseball. Still,
You could
still
have
miss
gone that
baseball.
route too.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have. I thought playing college baseball would have been a lot of fun, but I pretty much had my mindset on golf for pretty much all of high school. That's why I played baseball, just because we had a great baseball team, and I knew golf was going to be my path. So just kind of wanted to have fun with baseball.
Was Kurt your coach?
Oh yeah. Up
You guys ever butt
until
heads?
yeah. I did appreciate his job, right? I mean, I knew he knew what he was talking about, but the better I got, the maybe the less I felt like he knew what he was talking about. we definitely,
every father-son relationship.
yeah, we definitely. But again, I'm here teaching just like he was, and I look back on it, and of course he was right. He knew more than I did. That's for sure.
Who's your favorite guy to teach? Not like individually, but caliber of golfer. What are you looking at? Are you seeing a 30 handicap come to the range and be like, oh my God, we're just going to go chip and putt today and we're going to get rid of 10 strokes there, teaching you to bump and run?
I think it depends. I like teaching good athletes that have a body awareness, awareness of what their arms are doing or what their hips are doing, and those are always the easier ones, right? I think that's how I learned a little bit by video and feeling it. And so when I get someone that I can just say, hey, you need to do this, and they do it, like that's makes my job easier. But they're just fun to see them being able to make a change right away. So, but hey, I'm here for everyone. I really, really do enjoy teaching a lot. So.
Nice. Yeah, there's like the movie out there where the guy like hits a ball or does something and he goes, how was that? It's like, well, not even close. Just oh, it's forgetting Sarah Marshall where they're surfing and he's like getting up on the surfboard. He's like, nope, get back
Do
down, do it
less.
again. No,
Do less.
do less. Well, no, now you're not doing anything.
That scene is unreal. I love that movie.
Stopped
PLP.
wearing a watch when I moved out here. Oh, that's cool. Now my phone has one.
That's funny.
So Larry the Cable Guy, close friend of yours?
Um, yeah. I mean, I don't, I wouldn't call it close, but yeah,
Does he
yeah,
live
He's
down
a
there?
big he's a big
yeah.
Husker.
He's a big Husker fan. Yeah, he lives here in Lincoln. He's a member here at Firethorn. He's here quite a bit.
You get to a lot of games?
I did this year. Football games probably went to 4, which was,
Considering how many home
I
games
would
are
be,
there? 6?
yeah, exactly. I was lucky to get to 1 when I was playing. I tried to, but
I saw you got recognized on the field the year you made it on
yeah,
tour. They honored you. Are you in the Hall of Fame at Nebraska yet?
no,
No.
no, no. I don't think they reserve a whole lot of spots for Golf Hall of
Golfers.
Fame in Nebraska. Maybe they do. I don't know.
Hey, Hoiberg's doing good down there.
He is. Team's fun to watch.
It is.
No
I
doubt.
think they only lost one game at home this year,
Yeah, to Creighton. Yeah.
which is
Are you a
which is
Iowa State
wild.
fan?
I went to Iowa State.
Yeah. He tried to do the whole Iowa State thing here, how he had that, and the Big Ten just was like, nope.
Right.
It doesn't work
You
like that here, I think. So, and I'm
all
sure the Big
offense, no
12 changed a
defense.
little bit. Yeah,
He's
exactly.
done it.
Yeah.
He's done a hell of a job there, though. I mean, he really has.
Oh,
I mean,
just changing last year, he just changed his philosophy. Just totally different defense and everything.
And they got
right.
that Japanese kid that just throws it up from everywhere and it goes in everywhere.
Tominaga, yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
good player.
No, I'm hoping to get down to Omaha the next couple weeks to watch if Iowa State gets
Yeah.
that Omaha bid if they don't screw us and
Yeah.
give it to Kansas because they got a name.
I know, right? Yeah. There's a lot of bias out there.
Okoboji View, what do you think of the view?
I think it's that you got to hit it straight, right? I don't like getting stuck under those pine trees. Gets old.
Yeah, they have the
It's
best,
just
some of the best
tight,
pizza in the area.
Pizza's good. Yeah, yeah. Greens are good. Pizza's good.
We try to get out there a lot in the summer. I mean, Curt does your dad does such a good job out there. Everybody likes him. He knows what he's doing. This is a Brady Schnell podcast, not a Curt Schnell. He was already on, but he's come a long way with that track. Rerouted it the first couple years, not the first couple years, but 10 years ago they had to like redo everything because of the water drainage. And
yeah, there was some out there on like 7, 8, 9. I think they did some different stuff, but yeah, it's good. And, his brother Steve does a good job with
big
everything.
time.
Greens, I think as a golfer, right? At least for me, the most important part is the greens. I just want something that rolls well,
Right. And that's tough.
So, yeah.
Which when you were out on tour, did you have any guys that you really clicked with?
Yeah, well, Ben Silverman, he's playing well right now. It's not a household name by any means, but we kind of came up through the ranks together, and it's fun to see him well. Our families got along, and as far as big names now, I kind of stuck to myself for the most part.
Did you?
Didn't get too clicky or anything. I had my family there, and
Can it get clicky?
what's that?
Can it get clicky?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, nothing
I
like.
can,
I mean, it's not like high school drama clicky, right? But
sure.
it's yeah. You've got guys that are always together and whatnot. So
Do you follow Full Swing?
yeah, I saw the second season came out. I'll definitely be watching that. Yeah.
Charlie,
And
did you watch any of that?
Joel Dahmen's a buddy of mine, so
Oh, is he?
we hung out a little bit. Yeah, he's just being down in Phoenix, and we played, I guess, Gateway Tour at the time when I started. That's the mini tour down there. He was on that with me, and we got to know each other quite a bit. So yeah, we
Well,
stayed
him
with
and his
each other a
caddy
few
are
times.
close. What's his caddy's name?
Yeah, Gino.
Dino. Man,
Yeah.
and they're all about mental health in this one, man. Like I am a big mental health
Oh,
guy. I'm
really?
trying to get better, and yeah, they focus hard on Joel's mental health and um,
Yeah.
who else? It was Wyndham Clark. I guess he has heavy mental issue, not mental issues, but just mental challenges.
Really?
Charlie, I think I got some of those, don't I?
Huh.
Not paying attention. I
Most
got the worst mental
golfers.
game in golf.
Oh, I mean, there's no bigger mental game. As far as I know, I guess I can't imagine anything being more mental than golf, right?
Right. Okay, you're a baseball player. People say baseball is harder than golf. What do you think?
Well, I never did see a 90 plus fastball, so I don't know. Can't answer that.
You'd have
You
Charlie throw
know,
to you.
yeah.
Ah, ah.
Bean
They call
you.
that the ethos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I tell you, it's true that yeah, the little Japanese pitch there. Yeah.
Were there any assholes? You don't have to say names, but were there guys out there you're just like, dude, that guy's a dick?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. I had a couple people I didn't care for
Really? Was it
for
what would
sure.
they do? Would they just
Just arrogant, right?
really?
Just super arrogant. Yeah.
Household names?
Yeah, you would recognize them. Yeah, for
I
sure.
wonder, I wonder if that
Yeah.
was their whole career or if they eventually got to that point where they just became arrogant.
This particular person is younger. Yeah, he's probably been out there 5 years, maybe.
Hmm. I could guess. It'd
But
probably be but
on the flip side, you got guys like you said, did they get that way throughout their career? You know who didn't get that way is Stuart Sink. Like I played with him at the Honda, and he could not have been a nicer guy. We were paired together. I don't remember like third round or something, and we just had a blast, right? And I'm just this no name kid, and he's had you know probably 1,000 starts out there, but he just acted like it was just almost just as important to him as it was to me, giving me advice. So that was pretty cool.
he's made a resurgence since he's got his son on the
Yeah,
bag the last couple of years. He's come way back.
crazy,
What do you have? Two
crazy.
wins the other year? A couple years ago?
I don't know, but if he didn't, he was right up there in a bunch. He just, yeah, I don't know how you explain it. I mean, he just obviously stays in decent shape and hasn't had any major injuries, I don't think. And
Knock on wood, yeah.
yeah,
Got a hell of a
yeah.
hat line, tan line. You ever see those pictures of him on Facebook or Twitter or whatever? He takes off the hat
Oh,
and it's like, oh my
yeah,
God.
him and Furyk.
Yeah. Um, so you also Wichita, Argentina. Did you ever do the Latin America thing?
Yeah,
You
that's
did.
when that's the year I won out in Argentina. I was doing. I guess I didn't do the full year down there. I think I was just looking for something to play in. And as a Korn Ferry member, you can get it. They have um, a category for Korn Ferry guys on that tour. So I just went down and played in a couple events down there, and just happened to win one of them. So
And you're Dakota's tour champion.
that's where it all started. The
That's
Dakota
awesome.
tour. I love it out there. That was the
I don't
best
know.
return on your money.
Is it?
Yeah, because they get sponsor money, and it's not just here's my 1,000, here's your 1,000, and let's play for 90% of that, right? It's a lot of that money is made up from sponsors, and and stuff like that. So, Andre obviously loves it out there too. Gosh, he's got to be the record holder on that tour.
I think so. I've become real close with some of those guys. I don't think that people, we always try to hammer how hard it is for a mini tour pro for like meals and lodging. And then when you see what you're actually, if you're getting 10th in one of these tournaments, you might be getting your money back. So it's always like when they're in Okoboji, they love coming here because there's a lake. I'm always trying to put them up in houses and take them out and entertain them. And
that's nice.
I mean, you got to, and I love hearing the story. I love talking shop. They probably get sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
Talking clubs, and they're like, "Who are you?" Just entertain me for a minute. Get a free house.
Exactly.
And that Dakota's tour, one of my buddies from South Texas, he won out here at Brooks one year, and we were just sitting having drinks afterwards. And I was like, "Where are you from?" He goes, "Oh, South Texas." I know. I know that. Where? And he goes, "Oh, you wouldn't know." And I said, "Oh, I'm from McAllen," and he went to our rival high school.
Oh, wow.
And and he's close friends with all the same guys I was, and his professional win was at Brooks at the Okoboji Open. So I mean, nice. What's tough too is the kid who won it last year shot 61 out here with a bogey, and he had full status on Korn Ferry last year and made 4 cuts.
Wow.
Which, like, oh my God, you shoot 10 under at Brooks. That's not an easy golf course by any means. It's not hard, but
61 is 61.
61 is a 61, and he had a bogey.
Who was that?
His name, I think, is Joe Weiler. Weiler. He played at Purdue. He was really good at Purdue.
It's just, you get out there and it's a different ball game. You just got to adjust the best you can, just bide your time and mentally get a little sharper. And if you can stick it out, it can, I don't want to say easy, but it gets easier, right?
Does it?
Get used to it. Yeah. I mean, relative to when you start,
Complacency. Is that like Justin Thomas? You think he almost got, or Ricky Fowler? You think for those 2 years they got almost a little too comfortable, and then the talent caught up?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I think just knowing myself, I would probably not aspire to ever be number one in the world because you've got to be super selfish. You've got to work so hard, right? I can see myself probably getting complacent if I had 40 million in the bank, and I'm just out there playing for trophies. I'm probably going to drink that for myself. I'm probably going to drink that extra beer and instead of go hit another bucket of balls. So maybe that's what happens to some of these guys.
Maybe a shot of Fireball, maybe some American premium vodka, Charlie.
Ooh, there you go. That sounds pretty good.
There you go.
I had a couple screwdrivers the other night when I got home. Terry Cooker gave me a bottle. Nice. And he's like, shout that out. It's pretty good stuff. And I'm not a vodka guy.
Really?
He's like,
I'm a vodka guy, and I drink mixed drinks, so I'll put anything in there. It doesn't matter. I'm not a purist. So, Terry, if you're listening, give me a shout. You got my address.
All right, I'll clip that out and I'll share that one, and he'll get a kick out of it. We're trying to line him up with some distributors in South Dakota, and like I said, that guy knows everybody. He's like, you want anybody fun on the podcast? Call me, and I'll get him. 2 phone calls away, pretty much.
Get bigger distributorship, like far outside of Iowa.
I don't know. He's like, I think they're going to be in Fairway pretty soon. Hy-Vee. What's cool about their liquor is that a portion of the sales go back to the VFW, and then another portion of the sales, we have a charity in Spencer called Chez Levy, where they fund families with kids with disabilities or hardships. So a portion of the sales all go back into the community somehow or the other, going back to people who need it. Nice. And he's slamming that, which is great. You don't ever hear anybody, from a liquor company giving the money back. But American Premium Vodka, I'm in my office. I didn't have a bottle here, but next time. It's a little early.
It's a great name too. I'm surprised that wasn't taken.
Right. What do you got coming up this year? Anything, any qualifiers, any events you're going to play?
Well, I'm doing the pro-ams in Vegas. My dad will be there too, so that'll be fun to hang out with him a little bit. And then just the section stuff, I enjoy bringing members to some of the pro-ams and stuff like that. So it keeps the competitive juices flowing just enough for me for now. So and then they'll have the Korn Ferry out at the Pinnacle Bank Championship there here in Omaha.
That used to be the Cox Classic.
Yes. Yep. So we
When is
have
that?
our own state only. You go to college here, or you're a pro that has an address here. We get one spot that we have a 36-hole one-day tournament for. So that'll be probably my only qualifier. So then the tournament's out at Indian Creek in Elkhorn. It's just a suburb
okay.
of
Yeah.
of Omaha.
I used to date a girl
So,
from Papillion, so I'm relatively familiar with
yeah,
that area.
it's a great golf course. Great golf course.
So do you know, is it Gucheski or Guchewski?
Yep.
So
Scott.
Scott, and his kids, Luke is doing awesome at Iowa State.
I saw that. I was looking at some scores the other day, and he was way up there. So I didn't see how he finished, but
He was
I
medalist
actually
at
got
the
a chance
USAM
to.
last year.
Yeah. Wow. Really?
Made it to match play. I don't know. He made it to like round of 32 or 16. But yeah, he was low medalist for the
Wow.
qualifying.
That's impressive. That's really impressive.
And I saw he's out playing still.
Yeah. He's in Puerto Rico right now.
Oh, is he?
At that event. Yep.
Well, I hope he doesn't win. That's a curse.
I think
Is that what
he'd
they
probably
say?
try and break it.
I think Tony Finau broke it because that was like his first win, and he killed it last year.
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever meet that guy?
Yeah, Tony, he's awesome. I'm gonna.
That's what I've heard.
He, gosh, there's another guy that's just what you see is what you get on TV too. Just an incredible person. I've known him back from the Gateway Tour days too. So, he's awesome.
He turned pro real young too. Opted out of college and went pro right away.
Yeah.
When Full Swing season 1 followed him, that was eye opening. It's like, man, he's got a good camp.
Oh, incredible. Good family support. That Polynesian culture, they're all about family.
For sure.
So yeah, he's got crazy good support.
Do you have any pet peeves on the course? People playing with you, what pisses you off?
Slow play.
Yeah, me too.
I'm probably top 5 fastest player on the tours. I just
For you?
I just go. I'm ready. I'm always ready to putt. I can't stand when someone, they decide to read their putt when it's their turn, without doing any of their homework before they're ready to put before it's their turn. So
Like
that's probably my biggest pet peeve. Yeah, it's never going to change, right? Everyone's going to always do what they do. But
even Spieth takes 5 minutes on a on a 3-footer sometimes.
It's really and misses it.
Yeah. He's a grinder. Yeah, he hasn't been the best at those inside the 5 feet the last couple of years.
But everything outside of 10 he makes.
Yeah.
They say that every time too. They're like, he just needs to get up and hit those 4-footers. He takes way too long. And then all these guys doing the aim point. Are you a fan of aim point?
I never did it. I don't
either.
I struggle. You're talking about if you take a 40-footer, and you put your fingers up or whatnot, is the whole putt all 40 feet? Is that an exact 2-degree slope? Right? No. Can't there be something in between there so that's where I'm like, gosh, if you're just saying that's a 2-finger putt from 40 feet, well, what about in the middle when it's straight? What's that going to do to your break,
Well, and then, they're walking up and doing it from halfway. And then you have guys doing it from 6 feet. It's like, really?
Right. Stomping on the greens unnecessarily, around the hole. So it's just ruined for the rest of the day. Yeah.
Getting these heat maps out. What do you think of a heat? Aren't they getting rid of the putting?
I think so. Yeah.
That'll speed it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Those green books. That's another thing I don't really like, but I just think green reading's an art.
It is.
You should have to. Yeah. You shouldn't be able to look at a number on a book, right? If you're not good at it, well, you should find a caddy that is, right, or you're not gonna
spend more time with it. Yeah.
Yeah, you should practice or practice it. You should try and get better at it. Don't rely on a book. So, but that's just me.
I've always wondered how this would work because caddying. I know you're not a caddy. I'm sure you've caddied for people before, but how much goes into that? Because I know they've got their books and they go out and take a million notes on these books before on practice rounds, but how much math and how much knowledge does the caddy have to have about the course, about his player's game, mental? How does your caddy relationship work, essentially?
Some are better than others, right? I mean, you are on the Korn Ferry and you have a lot. The caddies are not as good.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You've got tour caddies that know their guy inside and out. They know what he wants to know on the golf course before he even asks for it, right? They're walking the course in the practice rounds, figuring out where to miss, where not to be, where to put the ball in certain pins. But it's like anything else. There's ones that do that really well, and there's ones that's not. And there's some players that don't want their caddies to prepare like that, right? They kind of do some of their own homework and they just want somebody there to talk to them in between shots and tell a funny story. So I think every relationship's different. I was kind of on the side of not asking my caddy to do too much. I like to, be the boss of my own shot. I wanted input, right? But I don't know. It's just different. A lot of, like there's certain types of players that can't hit a shot without their caddy and,
Reaffirming
babysitting them through it. Yeah. So
Jordan Spieth. I love Jordan Spieth, but it seems like he's one of those guys.
I never played with him, but it does seem like he likes the affirmation for sure.
Yeah, I'd be one of those guys. Like here it is, hit it.
Yeah, and it should be that basic sometimes, right? Not all the time. There's confusing situations, but that's probably part of the reason I played almost too fast sometimes, is because it's not like I didn't have the information, I didn't know what I was doing, but just that extra 20 seconds or 15 seconds sometimes.
You think range finders would help on tour?
I do, but I mean, when I forgot what year it was, they did a 5 tournament trial out on the Korn Ferry, and they said that it was inconclusive, that it sped up play, and I don't see how it could not speed up play. But
unless
did they all have to use the same? Did they all have to use the same one when they did that?
No, just anything without a slope.
Anything without slope.
It seems like those things aren't always perfect, comparing one versus the other one. So
right.
that's interesting. They didn't have them use all the same one.
Yeah.
It has to be faster. It's got to be faster. You just hit it, and
I don't see how it couldn't. Yeah. Their argument was you're going to have guys hitting it, but then they're going to still walk it off.
Right.
I'm like, they're going to walk it off because they want to know, maybe they want to know the front edge or what it is to carry a bunker. And you can't always get that line of sight perfect with a rangefinder, which I understand sometimes, but not all the time. Like it definitely should not make it slower. So
right.
I don't know. It's just like shorts will never happen either, right? The tour will never do shorts.
What do you think of that?
Rounds can now. I don't really care. They make some thin pants nowadays. Like it's not that big of a deal. Sure. But it would be nice for the option. But I think just for the aesthetics of it, I don't think they're not going to do it. I think that's part of the rangefinder thing too. They don't want some guy on TV going like this, So
or just like ripping cigs or anything. Pan away from the guy ripping.
Can you imagine that? They got a guy vaping and shooting the pin at the same time.
That'd be Charlie.
That'd be me 100%.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, golly, what kind of sticks are you playing?
I'm a Callaway guy now.
Yeah,
I went to the Callaway drivers, wood setup my last couple of years, and then did the PXG irons and Callaway putter. I just kind of went free agent instead of play. Like I was with Ping for probably 5 years before that. So anyway, when I turned club pro, I think the easiest transition was to stick with the Callaway woods, and irons. I feel like you can make every company's making good iron. You know what I mean? There's not quite as much technology packed. There is, but anyway, it was just an easy transition for me. So, and I'm absolutely loving it. So
You look at irons over the last 40 years and you look at a blade, and what has changed? The shape? Maybe.
slightly bigger, slightly bigger. I mean, definitely bigger. Like you don't have your small 2 irons anymore.
Right.
The look of it's just gotten a little bit bigger, and they have packed a little technology into there, but
Center
nothing
grab,
like
CG
as far as
and whatnot.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Nothing like as far as the woods have come though. So
Right. Well, yeah, you see, like I help coach the high school golf team here, and I go up to the kids that still have a 3 and a 4 iron. Like, what are you doing with these? I say, you look at a lot of pros don't even play 3 irons anymore. They're playing driving irons that are fat. They're playing 7 woods.
Yep.
You're getting more locked. My 4 irons a game improvement iron.
Yeah.
And I have a hybrid
Totally.
after that. Golf's too freaking hard.
Way too hard. Yeah. No, I've got a 7 wood. I'm playing the new 7 wood from Callaway, and I've got a 4 iron still, but I can definitely see down the road taking that out of the bag. My dad doesn't have a 4 iron anymore. He just goes with like a 22-degree hybrid or something. It's just too much easier.
Yeah, my dad just got fitted out in Sioux Falls a couple months ago, and he got Mizuno's pitching wedge to a 6 iron, and then got
Mhm.
uh, 4 hybrid and a 7 wood, or 5 hybrid and a 7 wood. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, and it filled all the gaps. He doesn't hit it very far, but
Yeah.
golf's too freaking hard to be playing long irons.
Those hybrids are so good out of any lie too. I don't know
Any
why
lie.
they carry those. Yeah.
Yeah. A 3 iron for a high schooler that's not really high level. I mean, like you said, you're not seeing a lot of pros with 3 irons nowadays.
No.
There's just no reason for it with all the technology. So,
Brady, one thing we always do is we always ask all our guests if you can go back and take a mulligan, be it professionally, personally, drop another ball, get another chance. Do you have any of those?
I would. Are you talking like a certain situation?
Just in life. So, God, I think, like mine was to go back and go into education for the golf. Charlie, what was yours? Get into real estate sooner?
Yeah, I think so.
I've had guys say, really gotten into it, and I want to go back to this tournament, hit this shot again. It's like, okay, that's not really where I'm going. But if you go back and do anything different, I mean, granted, it wouldn't lead you to where you are today. Does that make sense? Kind of along those lines.
Yeah. Man, that'd be a toss up between work even harder on my wedges or work harder on my fitness to hit it further. As far as my career goes, like those were 2 big things. Probably work a little harder on my fitness, because I'm seeing the athlete nowadays, and I come out here and I play with the members, and they all kind of marvel at how far you hit it. But when I'm on tour, I was like 120th in driving distance, not nearly good enough with my mid irons to make up that difference.
That's wild.
That's not
crazy
nearly good enough with hitting fairways in relation to how, total driving, right? Distance to accuracy. Not even close. But if you can hit it further, the accuracy doesn't go down as much. You don't need it as much, so to speak. But probably driving, just work. I'm a short, stubby kid that just, it's harder to hit it far, right? You got to work harder at it. So I wish I could take that back a little bit.
Nice. Yeah, how these top professionals hit their 4, 5, 6, 7, how high they are, the ability to stop the ball. Like Colin Morikawa, for example, he hits a 6 iron, 210, and they say he's the best mid-iron player on tour. He plays his mid-irons like he does his wedges.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. He's got a nice little cut swing and gets the ball to stop quick,
Did you play with him? Did Benny say
I
you played with
did.
him somewhere?
Yeah. Yeah. I played with him in Connecticut at that, gosh, can't remember the name of the
Travelers.
course. Yeah. Travelers.
Look at you,
Yep.
Charlie.
My boy, Charlie.
He seems like a good guy too, Colin does.
He's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. He's a little on the quiet side, but really friendly. Yeah,
Sure.
for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so this is another personal question of mine. So do you favor a draw or a cut?
I definitely hit a draw more so now, less so now than I've, don't play as much. For some reason, I tend to hit less of a draw now. But definitely been my preferred shot shape.
Just because
And
of
that's the one thing I'd probably go back and work a little harder on hitting cuts too.
See,
because you got to have them all out there,
I switched to a cut last year before, and it's like, oh my God, nervous about fairways. Everything seems to go back to the fairway.
Yep. Yep.
Or a
You're not
draw,
going to get quite at the distance out of them,
No.
but you're also not going to get in as much trouble typically. So
Sure, but if off the tee, if you're carrying it 285 with a cut, who cares?
100%.
It's going. What's the difference between carrying a 285 with a cut and it's and carrying it with a draw 285 and rolling another 5 or 10 yards, maybe into into the rough? Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't think
I'm with you.
where you're hitting it into that fire zone, essentially, hitting it to your strength. I just you're 150 yards in. That's always my goal.
I'm with you. 100%.
Yeah. Well, Brady, I won't keep you much longer. When's your next lesson?
I got one at 11 with one of my juniors. So
awesome. Good kid.
Got a busy day. Yeah, great kids. I am extremely lucky to come into this job as my first gig, in teaching here in Lincoln. Moved up to Phoenix for it, and not everyone as their first job gets an office. Has incredible people that I work for. So great membership, laid back. Could not be happier or luckier for sure.
Firethorn.
Yep.
Firethorn. Is that their logo on your jacket there?
Yeah. Yep. It's a
nice. I like that.
Pete Dye design. Yep. It's awesome. It's a great place.
That's awesome. So I'm a huge junior golf nerd.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite aspect. Watching kids hit a ball and knowing they hit it good and watching their faces light up. High school golf. We got a freshman this year who's got some potential in the next 4 years. I get so excited, and the parents are like, "Why do you care?" Because that was me.
Yeah, 100%. I could not agree more. I love watching them hit that special one, and it's almost like they're like, did anyone see that? They're kind of like embarrassed about it sometimes. They give you a little smirk, like, holy smokes. So I'm with you.
We had a kid last year down in Orange City. He made 4 birdies in a row. He kept looking around like, was anybody watching? And we were both watching from a tree behind. We were like, we don't want him to get nervous that we're here. Keep it going.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. It's like,
great.
Then after the round, I was like, did you see that? It's like, yeah, we were there. We were there. And that's why you did it, because you didn't know we were there.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
Well, Brady, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. That was fun.
Yeah,
thanks
absolutely.
for getting up early to do this.
Oh yeah.
Not early, but
because the kids certainly didn't get us up early. That's for sure.
How old are your kids?
6 and 3.
6 and 3. Wow, that's fun. Did they golfers yet?
My oldest is starting to get into it a little bit. Yeah, he's actually not too athletically or sports inclined yet, but got a decent little swing. He can actually hit the ball a little bit, which for 6 isn't too bad.
No.
So
it's in his blood. He's a Schnell.
Yeah, I don't know. I always had a ball in my hand when I was younger, like 2 to 6, 7, 8, right? He's more of like a builder, right? He likes to build things and stuff like that. So we're certainly different right now, but you never know.
Cool. Well, hey man, good luck the rest of the way. Good luck this year. And like I said, what do we say if we're gonna miss?
Yeah, let's make it a good one.
All right.
Hey,
Cheers, man.
thanks, Brady. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
thanks, guys.
See you later.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
See ya. Thanks, boys.
Yep. Thank you.
Adios.
See ya.
Hey, did you hear those dogs barking at that time?
No,
Oh, okay, good.
your dog's barking or what?
Yeah, he was barking and he saw something outside. And I didn't know if I pushed the mute button on my keyboard, if it mutes it on the thing, it must. Because
Maybe
he
it
was,
did. I don't know. I didn't hear. I wasn't listening. Really.
oh, no, it was loud and I yelled at him. So I'm sure that it must have muted it. But yeah, cool guy, Brady is.
He's been there.
Yeah, real laid back. Obviously
He's like our
informative,
first guest that has been there
successful, you know.
on tour.
Yeah, been there. Card. Yeah, that fun to have him on. Definitely.
Yeah, I'll have to reach out to his parents and send him the link. Well, we get edited. We got another one today.
Yeah.
That'll be fun too. Exile Brewing.
Yeah, I'll have to scurry over there. I got a couple appointments, but I should be there in time.
That's okay. I'll be over there at 2. It doesn't need to be like on the dot. But speaking of the booze, I went into tobacco shop the other day,
Yes, sir.
and Chuck and Jamie, they're trying to get American in there.
Yeah,
It's already sold out.
I better start making some more.
Already sold out. I got my bottles almost half gone. I'm gonna save the rest for you.
I just need a little taste.
Oh, just a little sip.
Yeah, just a little taste.
Very good. Well, that was fun.
Yeah,
Gonna
for
be a busy
sure.
day. Have you seen
Yeah,
any of the Full Swing episodes?
no, I haven't. I need to get that done before the tournament starts here. Because I want, all these conference tournaments and then the big tournament. I'm gonna need to binge these probably tonight or tomorrow and kind of hammer those out.
Tell you what, it doesn't do. This is not spoilers or anything, but it makes Jay Monahan look like a complete asshole, and I
Oh,
don't
yes.
think you're gonna like Zach Johnson anymore either for the whole Ryder Cup shit
Huh.
and picks. It was, I don't know. I didn't think it was as good as season 1. I thought the last episode was a lot of recycled stuff, Ryder Cup, but that's why they're not calling me.
Who's all
opinion.
part of this one?
Joel Damon, Wyndham Clark, Jesus, Wyndham Scott. That young Korean guy who is really good. I can't remember his name. That's so bad. There's a Ryder Cup special. Ricky Fowler's a lot. Keegan Bradley. It's a broad spectrum, I guess I'd say.
Yeah, they kind of went all over the board there, didn't they?
Oh, they hammered the mental health with Wyndham and Damon. It was like how stressed all those guys are out on tour. How hard it is.
Right.
And if they slump, it's like, fuck, getting complacent, going through the motions week to week.
Right.
But we got basketball coming up. It's going to be next couple weeks. It's going to be real fun.
Yeah, we'll have to do something with picks and whatnot. Me and you on here do something.
Iowa State is their offense is not trending, but their defense is still good as ever, and it's fun to win those games even when you're not playing good.
They're solid, man. They're gonna be a 2 or 3 seed.
Like I said, I'm going to try and get down to Omaha if there are 2. Tickets will be expensive, but I think it'll be worth it.
Iowa needs to win tomorrow and then probably at least one game into the Big Ten tournament to get in. I don't know if they'll be able to do that.
Borderline.
They got
Girls won
Illinois.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't see the final score, but I shut it off, and
They won by 30.
20. They won by 30, and Penn State was ranked.
It was like 30. Yeah.
Jeez. And Clark didn't have a super good game.
No, she didn't shoot very well, but the rest of them did. I mean, she still had 25 or something, but she
Did. I know she only had 5 through the first quarter.
She had like 10 or 12 for free throws, and you know how that goes. So
Yep.
yeah,
Cool,
she was 2 assists away from a triple double again. But no, yeah, she didn't play great, but
That is what it is.
Yeah. So all right, man.
On,
Well,
buddy.
see you later.
If you're gonna miss,
Make it a good one, dude.
cheers.